My name is Emil, and I'm from Norway, coach from Norway. I've been practicing personal training for 11 years now, also with nutrition and counseling. I have a diploma in performance nutrition. And on a daily basis, I work with a varied client group. So I work with the regular Joe in the gym, but also work with different kind of athletes. I'm working with some boxers. I work with motocross, football athletes, volleyball, physique athletes, powerlifting. So a varied background. And myself is a bit of a strength and muscle nerd, let's call it that. But I love the practical side of the coaching bit. So live and learn. It's my motto, live and learn.
Ciao a tutti e bentornati a questo nuovo episodio dello S2M Podcast. Io sono Luca e oggi insieme ad Elia abbiamo avuto la possibilità di parlare con Emil, un personal trainer di Oslo, collega di Elia nel 2018 per conto di Ajumeiraki e tuttora personal trainer attivo ad Oslo. La conversazione è stata molto lunga, più di 3 ore, quindi sicuramente la divideremo in parti e premetto anche che non c'è stato un particolare flusso di coscienza, ma piuttosto abbiamo seguito quelli che erano i topic dei quali ci sentivamo di parlare in quella giornata, non avendo un programma prestabilito. Gli argomenti trattati sono stati quindi tra i più disparati, partendo dalla pain management alla personalizzazione dell'allenamento. Siamo poi passati alla gestione del dolore e degli infortuni, un po' di calf training e di stretch mediated hypertrophy, qualcosa sulla frequenza di allenamento, le differenze tra online e live coaching, la selezione degli esercizi per le gambe e infine qualche riflessione sull'ambiente fitness. Sicuramente porteremo ancora Hans sul podcast in quanto di cose da dire ce ne sono veramente tante. Se volete che trattiamo di qualche argomento specifico fatecelo sapere qui sotto nei commenti. Detto ciò io vi lascio al podcast e vi auguro una buona visione.
There you go, guys.
Hi, man.
I'm gonna,
Hi.
all
Nice to
right.
meet you.
I represent the Italian, today.
Where did you get it?
This shirt.
Yeah.
I have this friend in Norwegian who are obsessed with Italian football, and he went to Atalanta and saw Atlanta play. So he bought a shirt for me, Papu Gomez. So yeah, I really liked this shirt and this team. So
Nice.
that's cool.
Nice. Looks cool.
Well,
It's my
we
sound
don't follow
good.
soccer though.
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
I just want to
We
brag.
both don't. Yeah.
I see. Is my voice clear?
Yep.
Yeah, it's clear.
Yeah, that's cool. I have this Rode mic, Rode. It's same as you, maybe.
I mean, mine it's a blue microphone. No, I have a blue microphone. It's the Blue Yeti. It's the standard version.
I see.
Yeah.
That's nice. It's kind of my debut on a YouTube podcast. So
No, it's not.
nice. It's nice, because I get a bit fed up with TikTok and Instagram. I'm this angry guy yelling at the sky, but I want to leave this world because of this TikTok dances and no depth in content. Do you follow me? No depth in content. Just yeah, I'm the angry man shouting at the stars, out the clouds.
Yeah.
Have you seen that video with Omar Isuf? He posted a new video some weeks ago, actually, about this topic with all this fitness kind of
I have.
content.
You mean the video where he walks along the beach?
That one. Yeah.
I haven't seen
it
it.
was cool.
What was it about? What does he say in this video?
Well,
He
literally
says
that. Elia, you can continue.
No worries. He says that basically there's no point in battling this guy's on TikTok because he still thinks that's some form of knowledge after all, and you don't have to fight it, but you can join it and make it better. Actually, basically this was the main message. Do you have anything to add, Hans?
No, I think it was perfectly summed up.
Because
that's cool.
it's the same when when he was young, there were many people. I feel like he talked about Mike Chang, the guy from
Yeah.
Six Pack Shortcuts. Then he talked about like himself from the past, and he said that he was still spreading some form of knowledge. It was just that the format of it wasn't perfect, or it wasn't like how it should have been done if he would have done it now. Are the past tense correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you think so? Okay. So basically, I'm losing my stream of consciousness now. Um, the main issue with the TikTok word now, um, based on what he said, was that the form. Wait, let's. Fuck, man, my English is so bad. I need to speak more.
No problem, no problem. So
We'll make a cut here.
No,
like
go
I
on.
said, it's like less depth in the content, and some are not accurate content. You know, it's like this wishy-washy messages, the red arrows and the greens, and don't do this, do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of information, which is a good thing and a bad thing. So if you follow the right guys in the fitness community, you can actually, as a new personal trainer, grow a lot in a short period of time. So that was one of my problems when I started coaching back in 2012. This podcast YouTube era was not that popular at that time. So basically, my information was from 2 or 3 different sites, and there were always this biased on or like a hands-on type of experience. You know, a lot
Yeah.
of a word from the mouth and not that science-based, which is a really good thing today. So like back in the days, we don't have Sci-Hub, you know, Sci-Hub, when you put the link in and you get the PDF. We didn't have that, so it's a lot easier to be evidence-based now. It's a lot easier to get good information and develop as a practitioner today. I remember back in my time, there was all about this. All the continuing education was about like posture and this is bad, and you know, the what they call it, this I don't remember this term, but it's a lot of nocebo type of messages, you know. Don't you know, the tech snack and all of these kind of messages, which is like not really science-based. It's a bit we call it it promotes fear avoidance behavior. You know, you term something which is not you term something which is perfectly fine to do to something bad to do. Like, don't have this posture, is bad for you. But if you look at the science, it's not about like the posture which makes people in pain. It's all about this biopsychological model of pain. You know, all of these contributing factors. Yes. So there we go. So a bit of my my past experience with my road to personal training. So I really actually thankful these times that it's so easy to find good information. But then again, I know how to find the good information, which is the problem now with the youth coming up. They just follow the guys who just looks awesome, you know, the exploding six packs and the veins popping out, and this is good content, I think, because they look good and probably knows their stuff. And when the other like evidence-based guys look at their information, is a lot of misinformation there. So I think we're into something now with the TikTok content. Don't you agree, Elia?
Yeah, I feel the same. Do you have any tips on how to find a good coach or good content on TikTok for youngsters?
Oh, a good talk. Actually, I've just started with TikTok, so what can I say?
Yourself, I suppose.
Just me, just me. I don't think I've been on TikTok for 1 month or two. I'm not that really into it. I know the algorithm and so on. It's actually a really good platform to explode from. It's easier to get a following, rapid growth from TikTok than Instagram. You have to really like grind with Instagram for many months, but TikTok you can actually blow up on the day. So I think that's one of the real benefits of TikTok.
Yeah.
I think yeah.
Have you seen a blow up in your coaching services as well while you were posting on TikTok? Or it's just for the views and then you get your clients or your following base on Instagram or other services?
It's mainly on Instagram. I think with the online coaching bit, but actually, I work as a on-site personal trainer for like 11 years now with a diploma in sports nutrition. So I work mainly with people on site, like athletes, the regular guy in the streets. People want to lose weight, gain muscle, athletes who want to perform better. So that's my clientele on site. And sometimes, um, I talk with the people, and maybe we should do this online coaching because they're moving or they're from a different part of my country. So then we just switch to online coaching. So online coaching and the generation of like leads and clients is actually both on site and on Instagram. Doing this regular stories and the Q&As and so on. But then I think I'm a bit disappeared now where I'm just a bit fed up with the social media game. I've been on Instagram for many years and develop a bit of a base of followers. I'm grateful that, but I'm not as active as I was because I think I generate actually a good amount of people just talking with people in person. So I also present them like I also work as an online coach, so we can probably do a cooperation there. So I don't think you actually need to have like this crazy Instagram game. I think you can actually hook up with a lot of clients on site if you're good people, and because some people really like the Instagram games, and I think probably you as well are doing a good job with presenting quality content. And I think with Instagram you have to be on every day, and see that you are out there and you can deliver a good service to people. So it's a bit ironic now because I'm not that active now. So in terms of how an online coach should approach, I'm doing the wrong thing now because I'm not that active as I was. But then again, I have a good client base on site and online, so I don't need to push that hard to get more clients.
Yeah.
Does that make sense for you?
Yeah, of course. Do you have more leads with online coaching usually or with live coaching? Because just for an example, last year I talked with a few clients that I followed and on IG, and I actually coached in the gym back in 2018 and 2019, and they're still telling me that from the same gym they still remember me, they still remember my services, and there are still people that are interested in my services there, and they still think that I work there whilst I'm actually only online now. So I still have leads from that gym where I worked at in 2018 and 2019, but I don't have the same amount of leads online. Do you have the same experience?
The thing is, I work now as 11 years as a personal trainer and a nutritionist, and until I actually moved from like mid part of Norway to Oslo last year. So actually been working at a new place for 1 year, so it's a bit of a turnaround. I have to build up my client base and so on. But to have an income when I come here and a new startup with no clients and nobody knows me, I'd actually asked all of my on-site clients at my previous working space that okay, would you be interested to do online coaching and continue our good relationship with the coaching and progressing with the training through online coaching. So I actually moved from this mid part of Norway to Oslo and had a good income because I could have some client retention. So I just sign up some of my on-site clients to online clients. So I have this good income to just have some relax down with the shoulders and build up my client base here in Oslo.
Got it.
So that's a good thing. So if you are moving and you have a lot of leads and okay, I can't train with you on site no more, probably wise to present the option that you could follow them through online coaching. And online coaching is a lot of bang for the buck, in terms of what you can give with, especially with the coaches as yourself, which are very detail oriented. Probably use WhatsApp with training videos and the analysis of the technique of each individual and this quick feedback. So for the money, I think online coaching is probably a bit underrated in terms of this total package. So, but sometimes online coaching could never replace on-site coaching because you're so responsive on the spot, because you have to remember that some people are more extroverted, introverted, and maybe some of the introverted guys are not that responsive on the online coaching, so they're just yelling to themselves inside here and not writing it. So that could be a bit issues with the online coaching. You don't see this emotional states unless you have frequent meetings over Zoom or Skype and whatever. But if you only do it once a month, it's a bit hard sometimes to know their actually emotional state, and that is a real advantage with on-site coaching. You can see how's the mood, should we do some changes, whatever. You follow me on that?
Yeah, indeed. I noticed that too when I was working live. Do you have any measurements on how to spot, via online coaching, emotions on the clients? Because us at Science to Muscle, we actually insist on letting the clients send WhatsApp voicemail or something like that, because it's deeply important to us that we must hear his voice or her voice and the attitude towards the week, stress levels and stuff like that. So we monitor not only their approach to the training, but also their approach to the week. If they had a disruptive week in the work department, or because their boyfriend or girlfriend broke up with them, we must be informed. So these are some standard measurements that we take. Do you have anything similar?
We have this jot form, jot form. This feedback system, self-monitoring, a lot of questions. But I like your approach by insisting on a voice feedback, because you can tell a lot of things through a voice. How they, especially when you have frequency in the voice, then it's become a good measurement, because then okay, now it's sad, now it's happy, now it's neutral. you can, if you have a lot of sample with the voicemail, I think that would be a really good tool to have. So should have some thumbs up for that idea. That's actually pretty clever. But I have for myself, I have once a month a meeting with the client online.
Okay.
There we speak, and when we like 90% of the time we're not talking about like the training at all. We were talking about life. So then we got a really good input to how's things going, and how the weeks have been,
Yeah.
works, relationship, so on. And you have this meeting, and you have all this data from all of the weeks. Okay, so you gather all the information, and then you have to do some kind of assessment on it. It's not useful to have a lot of data if you not assess it. Yeah, so you have to actually use the self-monitoring to something productive.
We agree on that.
Yes.
If you recall our previous spreadsheets, like the spreadsheets that we used at Iraqi Nutrition, now we have like the spreadsheets now at Science to Muscle are way more evolved than that sample, and I feel like they're not as easy as they used to be, and the required amount of information that you actually need sometimes is even lower than you might expect, because most of the stuff is done towards the attitude of the clients in regards of the training, rather than perfecting the collection of the data.
Yeah, I see that. Because back in the days, Elia was an intern at Iraqi Nutrition, the good old days with me and my boy Juma Iraqi. And for those who like bodybuilding, you probably read his review on post-season bodybuilding review with Juma and the other guys. I don't remember.
Well, I actually don't recall that.
I can send you the paper. The paper is quite good with the, like
you mean
off season
yeah, that paper
recommendation
okay.
of bodybuilding. Yeah,
I got it. I thought you were quoting something else. No worries.
no.
I actually did cite that paper more than a few times, both in a post on my IG and also on another site, I guess, from an article that I wrote for Lorenzo from Body Comp Academy. I think you know the guy. He's the guy that now he's writing for Aragon.
Okay.
He's the only Italian writer that writes for him.
Okay,
that
that's
guy.
Cool. The second will be you.
I don't know. I'm not as much into science as I used to be. Like when I don't have the same like inquisitive mind that I had. I'm more of I don't know. I feel like working with many clients over this past couple of years, maybe 3 years, has changed me a bit. I was way more, I'd say, curious towards the science environment beforehand, and then I got more interested into the client process, I guess. I don't know.
My review of you is that you're more balanced now with things. Yeah. Because you have some perfectionistic way of thinking, and when you read a lot of science, you get caught up in the nuances, and some nuances are a bit it's nuances. You have to look at the great picture, and that's the beauty of actually coaching a lot of people on site. You see some things that the studies have not catch up on, so you have this on-site, on-hands experience, which you learn a lot of during that process. And I think when I started in 2012, and during that time from 2012 to 2015 maybe, a lot of like the studies I got my hands on 2015 was things that I have like experienced on site, and I have this critical mind of thinking about like this previous recommendation. I don't necessarily agree with this, and I trying my new ways. And then I see like the new studies. I don't have like a exact example, but just my line of thought. And then I see, oh shit, there was something in this like on-site experience that really made sense then. And then when I looked at the literature, actually supported a bit of my like new way of thinking. So I think that like on-site experience, I just I would recommend all people who want to do online coaching to start with on-site coaching.
Yeah.
I think that should be a no-brainer. Actually, it doesn't necessarily mean that you can do well as an online coach, just jumping to the profession without like on-hands experience with clients on the mat. But I would recommend it if a person come up to me and say, I want to be online coach, try on-site coaching first, and then develop your client base online, because I think this experience you get, it's so important.
Do you feel like you've lost some of your empathy that you started with? Because I'm only doing online coaching now. I don't do live coaching anymore like I used to do, and I feel like I've lost some of the empathy for the clients. I try to be a lot more detached to people, even though I can't most of the times.
I think if you can, I think you probably have to have a balance there, because you not want to be the missing coach, you see, and you don't want to be this coach which are on your neck all the time. So you have to find a balance, because one thing, and I can agree with that, if you're so emotionally attached with clients and your work, it will be this stressor all day, and you will think about this person who have these kinds of problems, and you want so deeply to help, and then you will probably you should charge more if you're that emotionally invested in a person, and that you're always texting them and so on. But like longevity of your profession, you're enjoying what you're doing, but if the amount of work becomes like your life, and you can't get it out of your head, and you can't sleep and so on, I think probably you're too attached. So we need to find this balance in it, and it's a difference between empathy and sympathy. Okay, because when you have empathy, you can work with your client. Okay, but we need to do this. So you care and you listen, but you also have a solution to the experience. But if you just have sympathy with the person, you don't give any good solutions. You just pity him or she. Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So it's not this dynamic relationship when it's all sympathy. You have to have empathy of the person, but you have to also be the leader. Okay, so what we call it is operational distance. You have to have the right operational distance for each given person. Okay, so let's say if you be like a football coach, I know you don't into football, but grasp the concept of being a coach for a football team. Okay, so you have like a squad of 22 individuals. Okay, one of the guys you probably should be like holding around him and talking about life outside and make them happy. You have to have a lot of care. Some other people, you just have some distance, don't be on their backs, give like straightforward messages. Perfect. So you have to find this balance with you actually have to be like a chameleon. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
A chameleon, you have to adapt in relation to different kind of people. So I think that's probably a wise thing also with the online coaching. You have to be a bit like a chameleon as on site. You're working with people, and some people need less frequent feedback, some need more. Okay. And I see one thing that some online coaches maybe do wrong. And this is a usual problem actually on on-site coaching, because I have all this information and I like bam, 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 bam on my client. I just saying everything which is right, wrong, and all my knowledge. And I got this 4-page long WhatsApp message. Some people love that shit, but some people are thinking they get a bit, that operational distance is too close. This is too much information. We should do this a bit more step by step. So then you have just operated your distance wrong in terms of that client. But another client would be this is perfect for me. This is kind of information I need. So I think you have to probably tailor your kind of feedback to each given individual.
Speaking about what you said, because I had a discussion lately with a client. Well, did you up your hands, Luca?
Yeah, I was thinking about saying something, but I'll let you go and then.
No, please go on.
I forgot what I was gonna say, so go and then I'll think about it.
Okay, no problem. Well, I had a discussion lately with a client, and we talked about mentorship. We talked about where to draw the line between coaching and mentorship, because there are some clients that love that kind of 4-page long message, but some other clients actually don't ask for it, yet you still give it because you feel like they must know more, they need that kind of knowledge, so you can maybe avoid the following time to repeat yourself and stuff like that. But that kind of info could like cross over towards explaining too much of your knowledge, and you feel like that kind of message should be not even compensated more. I'm talking about where to draw the line between explaining too much and like getting the people to know what he should do or she should do the following time.
I will try to get this long sentence, make it to
It
question,
didn't
but
like had
I think
a
I have
start
left
or a finish, but
the red line is what it called maybe.
Yeah,
How to draw
we
the
can
line
call it the
between
red line. Yeah.
the red line, how with the mentorship type of feedback and online coaching. I think probably early on in the beginning of the online coaching, you have to just set the criteria. This is how this is going to work. Okay, so if you have this criteria set, it's probably easier to know what to expect and not to expect. Okay, so probably there. I think it could be wise to make this clear from the beginning.
Okay.
Have you any other thoughts on it yourself?
No. Even though, like, if you make it clear in the beginning, yet you still think that the client deserves more, maybe because he had like a bad coaching experience in the past, and you feel like this urge to motivate yourself or explain, because maybe you feel like the clients likes that kind of info, still gives you props for it, yet you maybe don't give it at that point.
I see. I think just it's all about the tailored client again. What can I say? So some people need more, some people need less. And if you intuitively think that I need to expand on this topic, I think you probably should. And that's the way the service is. Because if you feel that this client needs to know this, and you're holding back because this is getting mentorship, I think probably you should ask yourself the question: do I service my client right now. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah. So finding the right the balance, but then again, if you feel that you are doing more like a type of mentorship than coaching, I think probably you should also have a service that's called mentorship. And this is the criteria of the mentorship. And this is how we're gonna do it. So I think like the setup should be a bit different. Let's say if you have like this presentation and going through some topic, and you have the words, okay, and then some breaks, and then questions. And so we have a bit different format that coaching. I think that's a way to differentiate with the services.
Okay.
But if a client and need to know some extra information, I think you should give it to him. So yeah, and that's what I see and experience is that when you start with online coaching, and it's especially when you have set up a good workflow with the online coaching, it's a really like time efficient way to work. You can have a really good income with less time spent in comparison to on-site coaching, because on-site coaching you have to really be on-site with the client for an hour. Okay, so you can have you can give a lot of service with less time with online coaching. And the mistake I see with some people is they get a bit greedy, because maybe this first 10 clients, they feel like the amount of response and feedback you give to them are like it's good. You have a good response time, the quality and the length of the information is good. But then again, you start to have 15 clients, 20 clients, 25 clients, 30 clients, and this kind of information and the response suddenly get to this. Okay, because you now have your earnings and wage have gone up, but the quality of your service has gone down. Because if you have like 30 or 40 online clients, it's really hard to give like very detailed feedback on each person, because each person of course it could vary. But if there are like 20 of these let's call them meatheads clients who are like dived into the science, they probably want a good response from you. Okay, yeah. But if you have 40 clients, it's really hard to give this kind of perfect and good tailored information to them, because you don't have time. Because this guy Luigi and Mario, and let's take some relevant names here. Working on the stereotypes. Sorry for that, but if you have Luigi and you give him the response, okay, and you give and you ask a new question, and then suddenly client 2, 3 ask a question, and then Luigi wants a follow-up question and answer. So this one client you have to go through. But if you have this chain of people who want and demands more information, if your response get from this to less and less and less and less, the quality of your service is compromised. Okay, so I think to like have a conclusion on my my thoughts so far there, it would probably be that you have to find a sweet spot with the amount of clients that you can give your best service and don't compromise the quality of the product.
Of course. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that good? Good.
Yeah, it's a good reply.